But I feel like we need to address a bugbear. You weren't here because actually, so there's to go through some stuff last week, and people got very upset.
Well, I watched a little bit of you and Harry talking about Star Trek, and I caught the bit where you were like, "Oh, I watched this one where Picard plays a flute," and that was it. And I was just like, "Oh, Tom, you're going to get so many tweets."
People
for saying that.
People fucking love that episode, Brent.
That is a lot of people's number one Star Trek episode of all time. How dare you disrespect the flute episode, Tom?
People fucking loved it. Okay. So I watched the episode where Captain Picard he plays the flute for the entire fucking episode, and that's the fucking story.
Remind me, is it a magic flute or is
it's just a fucking flute. He plays a flute.
Oh my god.
So this is another segment that we do every now and again. I don't like to kind of call back to it too much as it encourages too much fucking salt. But it's just picking out some of my favorite whiny fucking comments from the Yogs Live video.
Oh, amazing.
Where, it's your opinion, but I think you're whining. Man, it's because, even as I was saying it, people were in chat just fucking, how dare you don't like this episode? Also, I complained about the episode where Bones came back.
No, Scotty.
Scotty came back, sure. And I was like, oh god, this just feels fucking tragic to me.
It's not a great episode. I mean, it's fun for people who watch the original.
Yeah.
And it's Scotty's back!
So, here we go. In a light, it's widely agreed upon that it's the best episode of the series and one of the best episodes of television ever.
Woo! Bold statement.
So
bold.
I've chatted to we've known each other for over 10 years.
Yeah.
I reckon we have chatted about TV shows, not TV shows and movies, just TV shows, probably for at least 100 hours.
Yeah.
Over that 10 years. And I think I am lowballing it. I have never heard you ever once bring this up. And we talk a lot about, our favorite TV shows. This episode has never come up. I've never heard
Simon's never mentioned it.
Simon's never mentioned it.
Lewis has never mentioned it. It's a good one, for sure. It's
but one of the best episodes of TV ever made.
I put it in top 20 Next Generation episodes. I'd really boil that down quite specifically. It's a good one, but fuck, it's not fucking Citizen Kane, is it?
Also, the reply to that, where instantly was just
I mean, does this guy know how many episodes of Hollyoaks there are?
There are over, what was it?
5,000
episodes of Hollyoaks. Have you watched all of those? I think not.
So, just weight of number, quantity has a quality all of its own. Random charts, one of those episodes is bound to be pretty good, right?
Yeah, for sure. But so someone else also replied, today I learned Tom doesn't understand good acting. Was this good acting? Is it the bit where old Picard doesn't want to wear his sun hat outside? No, I don't want to wear the hat. Do you remember that scene? He has to go out in the bright sun and his daughter's like, you should put your hat on, Dad. He's like, no, I don't want the hat. Is that the great bit of acting?
I actually haven't seen it for 20 years. I can't remember any of it. But no, it is one where, Patrick Stewart basically carries the whole episode, right? He's doing all the acting and
But is it better than what was it called? Meat Man the Machine.
I think that's a better episode. Yeah, meat not maketh the man.
Meat not maketh the man. Man not made of machine.
What's that one actually? Now we've given it that name, I can't remember its real name.
But Picard
the one
giving his big speech in that?
Yeah, that's a way better acting moment, in my opinion.
Also, the bit at the end, so I appreciate, I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. Because I know it's like a serial show, not a series so much. I don't know what the thing is. Every episode kind of is pretty standalone. But he comes out of it, and so he's just lived for 40 fucking years. And imagine right now, like, you were to wake up and like, oh shit, you're back in Games Workshop Nottingham. Like, the child that you've raised, that doesn't exist. Like, he kind of comes to and he's like, oh, I had a kid, I'm going to end the show and blow my pipe. Like, he didn't seem affected by it at all.
That would fucking blow my mind. It would take me weeks, if not years.
So much.
To recover from the fucking whiplash of that.
Like, I feel like this is massive nostalgia and
Probably.
also fucking mega nerds. Because I think something else that probably affects this is like a lot of what I like from Star Trek are fun sci-fi ideas.
Yeah, it's the concepts and the situations and
like I've grown to kind of
there's not a lot of character work in it.
Yeah, like I've grown to like and appreciate a bunch of the characters, but it isn't those that I love. And it's not the amazing acting job by anyone that is like keeping me going. Whereas watching Rick and Morty, there's the sketch where they go to the arcade.
Oh yeah, when he plays like the life of Bob or whatever it is.
It's like Roy or
Roy,
Ron.
yeah, that's it, yeah.
And that 1 minute sketch, like, so it's the exact same as this episode.
Yeah, he spends a life and then whop back to normal. Oh my god, I just had a whole life in 5 seconds.
I thought that gag was better than this episode. It got that idea really concisely, and he comes out and he's panicking and screaming like, "Oh, my family, my son!" And then like it kind of fades. Then he's back to normal. Throwaway gag. That was the entire premise of this episode.
Yeah.
And so when I was watching, I was like, "Oh, it's like that thing I've seen."
Yeah, I guess it doesn't help that it's like 20 or 30 years old at this point, so it's hard to like. That was most people's first.
So,
First time, I've never considered
it's just
this.
massive nostalgia now that is keeping this as people's favorite. The best episode ever of television, Ben.
Well, I mean, it's
Television.
got a 9.5. Apparently,
Is that by
on
Star Trek
IMDb.
nerds?
Wow, it's by everyone on Internet Movie Database who voted for it.
Although 2.9, really didn't like it.
Wow, yeah.
I feel like I would have given it 7.
Yeah, it's a good one. Maybe 7 or 8. Seems fair to me.
Like, I always like the episodes where it really like focuses on one thing.
Yeah. Yeah, like any episode that has 3 plot lines is like...
Like, because you really get like a lot more meat, a lot more ideas out of something if you like really like fix on that. Like generally like the end of season ones kind of tend to do that. Or like the meat make the machine. That I don't think there was like a B plot or a C plot in that so much.
Not
It
that I
was
remember.
more
It was
kind of
pretty
focusing
focused. Yeah.
on like that case. Like, sure, some other characters kind of like goofing around a bit, but it was quite focused on that thing. And so I liked this episode because of this. But
Best.
to say it's
Best TV episode ever. I mean, like, holy shit, there's so many.
best.
What can we find what the highest ranked IMDb TV episode is? Is there an easy way of looking at like ratings? It's been a long time since
Best ever.
I've top rated
Also,
shows.
blown away. Do you think this is the pinnacle of acting? Do you think Patrick Stewart, he switches from being a captain to like, I'm going to have a family now?
Yeah,
Do you think that? Like, I think you're just a big fucking fan of
like Breaking
Star
Bad is pretty
Trek.
good. What's like the highest rated episode of Breaking Bad? It better not be the fucking Fly one. That's for damn
Oh
sure.
god, that's the worst episode.
Oh, I don't know.
See,
this
I think it's
episode well
harder
enough.
to judge something that's like a continuous story as like what's the best episode.
That's true.
Because
Because they don't mean anything without all the build-up.
you need way more context for that to kind of make sense.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's the episode the
9.9.
fandom hates. Also, bear in mind, I've not gone to
Oh, there we go.
TrekCon.
Fucking hell, there we go. 10. This apparently is the best episode of TV of all time, Mr. Star Trek Nerd.
Ozymandias.
Because it's got a 10 out of 10.
Okay.
There you go.
Wow.
We found it.
The perfect episode. Sure. I don't even know which episode that was.
I think it's the last one.
But yeah, so I'm watching this. I'm watching Star Trek with very little input. This is the only time I really talk about it. I didn't fucking have to go onto IMDb to find what is the best rated episode that could then also be my favorite. And also I'm watching at a different time to you. Jeez.
Yeah.
So like some of the episodes that
You
I
know what?
like.
Different people like different things.
No, Ben! You have to like the best episode. Like, what's the Packlid episode? I like that, but for multiple reasons.
Yeah.
That other people wouldn't. I like that because there's stupid fucking aliens, which are fucking hilarious. And there's some like goofing around. It's real different in tone to the rest of the series, but also it kind of like adds to that idea, which I think is sort of smart of like, because they've got the Prime Directive, like why you don't fuck with civilizations.
Yeah, they're not ready for it.
Because some of them are just going to turn into fucking weird, chubby space assholes. And so I think it does actually have a bit of merit within like the lore, beyond just fat space dum-dums, which is a big part of why I really, really like it.
Yeah, makes sense. I can see why you might relate to those guys.